computing. Yesterday we have seen cluster computing. Same. To solve the large problem, we divide the large problem into smaller part and we try to solve the large problem after combining all the module of all the after combining the result of all the module. Same concept is considered in the parallel processing concept. These are the contents of unit number 1. Introduction of parallel computing, motivation, scope, parallel programming platform, implicit parallelism, trend in microprocessor, limitations, and all. Out of that, today we will see these three topics: introduction to parallel computing, motivation of parallelism, and scope of parallel computing. First one, introduction of parallel computing. Okay, as uh, yesterday we have studied the definition of HPC, and definition of HPC and parallel computing both are same. Now here you can read a parallel computer is a collection of processing elements that communicate and cooperate to solve large problem fast. Means similar definition. To perform the parallel computing, we should have parallel computer. Parallel computer means there there should be n number of computer to perform the parallel computing, and it is a collection of processing element. Processing element. Each computer can have processing element, memory, and some other devices to perform the parallel computer. For suppose desktop PC. Our desktop PC, one of the simple computer, but in that there is a processing element. Processing element means we can say ALU, arithmetic logic unit. Then then yesterday we have CPU and GPU. For our normal PC we use the CPU, but for parallel computation we use the CPU as well as GPU. GPU is a general processing unit. So it's collection of processing element, means in that particular computer there should be a processing element which are responsible to execute the operation, and it should be communicated and cooperated with other PC also. So it is a collection of processing element that communicate and cooperate to solve the large problem fast. As we have seen in the operating system, if suppose you want to perform the multitasking or multi-programming, at that time, uh, one of the concepts use context switching. Context switching means if suppose our PC is a uh, dual processor or it is a multi-processor, at that time simultaneously that that microprocessor try to execute the multiple instruction. It means it communicate the multiple tasks, and it cooperate the tasks with processor. Okay, so context switching, this operating system concept used to perform the communication cooperation with the particular parallel system. Definition of the parallel computing: processing of multiple tasks simultaneous on the multiple processor is called as a parallel processing. There are so many definitions for parallel processing, but this is one of the simple definition. Processing of multiple tasks simultaneous on multiple processor is called a parallel processing. And traditional serial processing is used. In serial processing, it also performs the multiple tasks simultaneously on single processor. In serial processing, it also performs the multiple tasks simultaneously on single processor. In serial processing, don't use it. It does not use the multiple processor. I will show you. I will show you the serial processing and multiple processing by using the diagram. What is a parallel computing? Again, there are uh, different definition for parallel computing. It is a type of computation in which many calculations or execution of processes are carried out simultaneously. Again, same concept but different definition. It is a type of computation in which many calculation or execution of processes are carried out simultaneously. As as you have studied in operating system, multiprocessing, multi-programming, multitasking, simultaneously multiple processes can be executed with the help of the operating system simultaneously. So this is the one of the, we can say, multi-programming, because on the same system our OS execute the multiple processes. So we can't say parallel processing, because in parallel processing you need multiple system. In our operating system we call it as a multi-programming or multitasking. Again, one of the simple definition for parallel computing. Large problem can often be divided into smaller one, and which can then be solved at the same time, similar as the definition of HPC. The parallel computing. Traditionally, software has been written for serial computation. आत्ताच मी सांगितलं की याच्यामध्ये काय, आता now we are studying parallel computing, but before implementation of parallel computing, there is a serial computation. And serial computation मध्ये काय होतं, जे अगोदरचे सॉफ्टवेअर ते कशामध्ये लिहिले, सिरियल कॉम्पिटिशन मध्ये. And in serial computation it perform it execute the multiple tasks simultaneously, but by using the single processor. In this diagram you can see there is a large problem, okay, which is divided into small part, T1, T2 and n number of smaller part. These are the instruction. But an instruction, this task is assigned to the CPU by the OS. But you can see there is a single CPU, means single element which are handling the multiple instruction or multiple tasks. But here you can see large problem divided into small, multiple tasks are executing concurrently, means one by one, because there is only single processor. So that's why it is called as a serial computation or serial computing. Now you can guess what will be the parallel computing. Same, large problem divided into number of parts, but in that number of parts are assigned to the multi-core. Means suppose nowadays we listen multiprocessor, multi-core system, quad core. Suppose quad core, it means there can be four CPU in one system. So one task can be executed by the particular microprocessor. If you know the microprocessor, yesterday we have seen prerequisite course, that is a microprocessor. In microprocessor there is the one concept, pipelining. तुम्हाला कधी आठवत असेल 8086 architecture. In that architecture pipelining process is supported, and in pipelining multiple processes can be executed, but not all processes are executed at the same time. It stores the multiple instruction in the pipelining, and pipeline execute the instruction one by one. And you may know the definition of pipelining. Pipelining is the process of fetching the next instruction when current instruction is being executed. It means एक पाइपलाइन मध्ये मल्टिपल प्रोसेस आहे, पण एखादी प्रोसेस एक्झिक्यूट होते, पाइपलाइन काय करतो, तोपर्यंत नेक्स्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन फेच करून ठेवतो, and that is the process of pipelining. So same concept is happen here, multiple tasks but executing tasks one after the another. And now here you can see, to be run on the single computer having single central processing unit. Just I told you, serial processing. For serial computation we use the CPU, but for parallel computing we have to use CPU as well as GPU. Parallel computing. In the simplest sense, parallel computing is the simultaneous use of multiple compute resources to solve the computation problem. Okay, same problem here. Large problem divided into smaller part, and each smaller part are assigned to the CPU. If suppose there is the quad core, means there are 4 processors in the CPU, then in this way instruction will be executed. So it enhances the operation, it enhances the performance of particular system. So that's why parallel computing is called as a high performance computing. This is the example. There are 4 CPU. There can be 8 CPU also. Depend on the system, which type of system is used for the particular high performance computing. As per the diagram, you can clear your idea about the serial computing and parallel computing. In serial computing, there are single processor, but in parallel computing there can be multiple processor. So that's why parallel computing is better, but it is difficult to, but it is difficult to implement. Cost is more because there lot of resources are required. In operating system, context switching is one of the hectic part. So that's why parallel computing is better, but it is expensive. Serial versus parallel computing. Difference between the serial computing and parallel computing. In microprocessor, you have studied the pipelining or execution of the instruction. In that, it executes the instruction one after the another. Means it fetch the instruction, store and then compute. It fetch the instruction, store and then compute. In serially manner, it execute the instruction. For example, our 8086. In 8086, it support the serial computing. But nowadays we are using the computer. In that, it may support the parallel computing. It fetch, store, compute, as well as it perform the communication and cooperation with the operating system to handle the large, to execute or to handle the large problem. Now here you can see there is a problem. Problem is assigned to the there are problem is divided into 2 tasks, A and B, and now A and B task is executed by the separate processor. It may have separate memory. We will see in the second unit, but right now each task or each task should have separate processor. Then only it can perform the parallel computing. So as per the diagram, you can see serial computing does not support the communication and cooperation with the system. But in the parallel computing, it decode the instruction, that compute the instruction, as well as after computation, it supports another PC, another system is requesting to access the particular process. Then by using the communication and cooperation, we can communicate this particular task with the another user or another system. It is happen only in the parallel computing. Motivation of parallelism. Motivation of parallelism, in that we can think now in the serial problem of the serial computing is motivation of the parallelism. In the serial computing, first one, role of the parallelism in accelerating the computing, means increasing the speed of the particular processor. This is the one of the motivation in parallel computing. How in serial computing, it executes the multiple instructions simultaneously but concurrently, not parallelly, one after the another by using the single processor. So that's why there can be a lack of speed. But in parallel computing, it accelerates the computing speed of the system. And in the computer system, if suppose to speed up the processor, industrial company implement the new processor with large number of transistors. So to speed up the particular system, there should be large number of transistors. Then only it can improve the accelerate the speed of particular system. Second, its role in providing the multiplicity of data path and increased access to storage element has been significant in commercial application. Multiplicity of data path. Multiplicity means in serial computing there is only single path to execute the particular instruction. But in the parallel computing there can be multiplicity of data path. Means suppose there are four processors and we have a 10 number of tasks. Okay, so in first cycle we can assign the four tasks to the four processor, and in operating system you have studied the scheduling. In scheduling there are four process. First process required 1 minute to execute, second process required 2 minutes, third process required again 1 minute, fourth process required again 1 minute. In one cycle shortage job can be executed. When shortage job is executed and if suppose there are 10 tasks, 4 tasks are assigned to the 4 core, but if suppose fifth task requires a 1 minute to execute. Okay, if suppose any other out of 4 core, if any core free, it will automatically give the service to the requested task. So in this way it supports the multiplicity of the data path in the parallel computing. Means there is no mandatory this 10 tasks is assigned to the first core, rest of the 10 tasks assigned to the second core. In parallel computing, which core will be free, it automatically get the new task for execution. So that's why it speed up the process and it increase the access to storage element. Now third one, scalable performance with lower cost of parallel platform is reflected. In this scalable performance, yesterday we have seen the some advantages of high performance computing. Scalable, in that we can as per our requirement we can add the new system or we can remove the new system. If suppose we want to perform the load balancing and if we know more PC cannot be handled by the particular HPC system, at that time we have to remove the system. If suppose there are less number of PC and if we have to perform the particular task within the deadline, at that time we have to add the PC. Or suppose you want to perform your you have to enhance your internet network connection, at that time you can also add or remove the resources, means network devices. This is a scalable, means it is possible in the parallelism. Next, developing a parallel hardware and software has traditionally been time and effort intensive. In traditionally hardware software was it might take a more time for execution because that hardware is not supported by the parallel system. But right now hardware resources are implemented which is supported to the parallel system. In some software we can see it, in that we can perform the multiple tasks. For example, Microsoft Office. In Microsoft Office we can use the multiple tasks of the same application. Or in our Java IDE we can open the editor. We can also use the property of that particular IDE. We can also run the program in the another window. So it is possible just because of the parallelism. In the traditional software it is not supported. Next one. Okay, I don't read the all concept, I just read the terminology. Uniprocessor speed. One is tempted to question the need of parallel processing. Uniprocessor, as I told you, in the microprocessor 8086 it performs the uniprocessor operation, means there is only single processor try to execute the multiple instructions, so it take a more time for the execution traditionally. But right now, due to the parallel computing, there can be a multiprocessor. So multiprocessor speed up the performance of our system. Last one, programming environment, library, and hardware. Programming environment. Right now, C programming. Now C programming, to execute the program of C program, we use the Turbo C for Windows. But right now there are some programming platform available on the internet where without using the Turbo C, we can directly use the online compiler to execute the particular code regarding either C, CPP, Python. Okay, library. There are so many inbuilt library in the Turbo C compiler or VB compiler, or right now our Visual Studio compiler, Java compiler. But right now, due to the parallelism, there can be a inbuilt library, and it support the dynamic library, not static library. In traditional compiler contains the static library. Means suppose there is any update or upgradation comes, then we cannot use that particular software. We have to purchase, or we have to install the new software, because upgradation were not possible in the static library. But right now, in our programming environment or programming platform, dynamic library are used. And last one is the hardware. Due to the hardware, suppose if you use Java IDE or NetBeans, but if you are trying to install that particular software on the lower version of the operating system or low configuration system, at that time it won't work. So that's why, as per the parallelism, hardware is also changed. Means compatible hardware are required to perform the parallel computing. These are the motivations of parallelism. Okay, same, I have added one slide, but already we have completed that point. Computation speed, memory management, disk management, means we can IO perform. We can connect the pen drive, we can connect other hard disk, we can remove the pen drive, even our system will not affect. These are the some parallelism which are supported in the parallel computing. Data communication means in serial computing, it does not support the communication and cooperation, but in the parallelism it supports the data communication. If suppose there are for example, in our programming language, if we try to run the two program program A, program B, but suppose in program B you want to access the function which are stored in the program A. At that time communication argument is required. When compiler will run the program, it will communicate the program 2 file with the program 1 to access the particular function which are placed in the program 1. So such a problem is handled by the data communication argument. In short, we can say the motivation of parallel computing are overcome the limit to serial computing. आपण हे का बघितलं सगळं मोटिवेशन, जे सिरियल कॉम्प्युटिंग मध्ये नाही होत ते पॅरलल कॉम्प्युटिंग मध्ये होतं. मीन्स वी कॅन ओव्हरकम द लिमिट टू सिरियल कॉम्प्युटिंग, लिमिट टू इन्क्रीज द ट्रान्झिस्टर डेन्सिटी. आपण बघितलं की फास्टर प्रोसेसर पाहिजे म्हणजे काय, त्याच्यामध्ये काहीतरी हार्डवेअर पार्ट इन्क्रीज करावं लागेल. You already studied in the computer organization. vacuum tube transistor, 1,000 transistor, 10,000, million, nowadays billion of transistors are used in the i3 and i7 processor. So next, limit to data transmission speed. Limit to data transmission speed. Nowadays, I will give you example. If you try to copy the data from your uh, low configuration system to the pen drive, then it might take a more time to transfer the content to the pen drive. But right now in the i3 or i5 computer, try if you will try to transfer the data from the uh, system to the pen drive, it will take a less time. It is because of the processing speed as well as the speed supported by the pen drive, supported by the USB device. Some USB 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. So as per the specification, it data transmission speed is increased. Faster turnaround time. Faster turnaround time. This parallel computing is used where fast turnaround time is required. It's in the data mining concept. In data mining concept, we search the data on the internet. If suppose some website does not does not give the faster execution, at that time we try the another one. So in this case, we need a turnaround time means less time required to execute the particular operation. The start time and end time should be less. So in such a problem, we need a parallel computing. Solve the larger problem. These are the motivations. हा टॉपिक पेपरमध्ये विचारताना 6 किंवा 8 मार्क्सला विचारतात. त्याच्यामुळे हे सगळं लिहायला पाहिजे. ओरल साठी असेल तर एवढं सांगितलं तरी चालेल. Hello, am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. आता जे सांगितलं ते कळालं? Are you getting point which I have explained?
Yes, sir.
So,
I continue with the next point. Scope of parallel computing. Scope of parallel computing. एक चांगली गोष्ट अशी या सब्जेक्ट मध्ये, इट इज अ theoretical subject, but your concept should be clear of the prerequisite subject, that is a computer organization, microprocessor, then little bit about the PPL and operating system. Okay, same HPC, parallel computing, vector machine, same concept are there. कोणती डेफिनेशन आली की हेच येणार आहे. पॅरलल कॉम्प्युटिंग, लार्ज प्रॉब्लेम आर डिवाइडेड इनटू स्मॉलर पार्ट अँड execute the multiple tasks by using the multiple processor memory. म्हणजे कोणताही टॉपिक आला की हेच पॉइंट येणार आहे. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट वन, स्कोप ऑफ पॅरलल कॉम्प्युटिंग. Scope of parallel computing. Commercial. Yesterday we have seen application of parallel computing. Same. But yesterday we have just arranged the session for discussion or introduction of the HPC. But today I am teaching you actual topic which are related to your HPC subject unit number 1. After completion of session, you can check the content or topic with your HPC syllabus. Commercial use. Just yesterday I have told you commercial use in industry, automation, in mechanical automation company, or for image processing, in scientific any research purpose we can use the parallel computing. Now basic example of the parallel computing in our field is the image processing. When image is processed, now you are going to develop the project, or you are going to cope up with the project. At that time when you will search the topic, then you will get the topic image uh, project on the image processing. So in the image processing, parallel computing is used to process the image. It takes the one image as a problem as an input, and then system parallel computing divide the image into number of parts. You may heard when we see the video on our TV, okay, means it is divided into number of frame. तुम्ही बघितलं असेल कार्टून मध्ये असतं बघा, दिस व्हिडिओ 30 फ्रेम पर रेट, 40 फ्रेम पर रेट, असं काही ऐकलं असेल. 30 फ्रेम पर रेट म्हणजे काय असतं की ती पर्टिक्युलर तो जो पर्टिक्युलर व्हिडिओ आहे त्याच्यामध्ये टोटल किती फ्रेम आहेत, 30 फ्रेम आहे, पण त्या 30 फ्रेमला ते स्पीडअप देतात की त्या पर्टिक्युलर स्पीडने तो व्हिडिओ इतका फास्ट मूव्ह होतो की आपल्याला वाटते की हा पिक्चर नाही, हा काय व्हिडिओ आहे. जसं की फ्लिप बुक बघितलं असेल बघा तुम्ही, फ्लिप बुक मध्ये आपण फ्लिप करतो की आपल्याला तो व्हिडिओ सारखं दिसतं ते इमेज, पण त्या बुक मध्ये सगळे असे पेजेस असतात पर्टिक्युलर इमेजचे. सेम इमेज प्रोसेसिंग मध्ये होतं. आपण जी एखादी पर्टिक्युलर इमेज घेतो ना, देन पॅरलल कॉम्प्युटिंग डिवाइड दॅट image into multiple parts, and then it perform the operation on the multiple um, multiple tasks. Means image is divided into multiple parts, then it try to enhance the each and every task of the particular image, and after enhancing, after customization of the each task, it finally it combine all the tasks together, and we get the इनहान्स इमेज. तुम्ही आता मोबाईलमध्ये ऍप वापरतात, काही असेल कोणते तरी ऍप, त्याच्यामध्ये आपण आपली इमेज ऍज अ इनपुट देतो. त्याच्यामध्ये त्या इमेजमध्ये कॉन्ट्रास्ट कमी असतो, ब्राईटनेस कमी असेल, पण जेव्हा आपण ती इमेज ऍज अ आउटपुट घेतो ऑटोमॅटिकली चेंजेस असतात ना. तर दॅट इज द कन्सेप्ट ऑफ इमेज प्रोसेसिंग, की त्या इमेजवर प्रोसेस होताना आपली जी इमेज असते ती किती पार्ट मध्ये असेल, बॅक साईडला 30 फ्रेम, तर तेवढ्या फ्रेम डिवाइड होतात आणि प्रत्येक फ्रेमवर काहीतरी अप्लाय होतं. कुठे ब्राईटनेस वाढवतात, कुठे आरजीबी कलर इम्पॅक्ट वाढवतात, आणि जेव्हा फायनली आपल्याला इमेज येतं तर ती इमेज आपल्याला क्लिअर दिसते. दिस इज अ सिम्पल एक्झाम्पल. इट इज नॉट अ एक्झाम्पल फॉर पॅरलल कॉम्प्युटिंग, बट इन द to perform the image processing by using the parallel computing for the large application, in such a manner it execute the parallel computing. Now next one is the, again same topics are there. Turnaround time should be minimum. To perform the parallel computing, where we require the less turnaround time, we need a parallel computing. For example, disk mining, data mining. In data mining, we have to search the data with the minimum time. Disk management means memory management. In memory management, we try to get the maximum speed from the computer. So that's why we increase the we increase the RAM of our system. आपण काय करतो, आपल्याला स्पीडअप पाहिजे असेल तर 1 GB, पहिले 12 MB ची रॅम लागत होती, मग 1 GB झाली, 2 GB. आता आपण लॅपटॉप घेताना काय बघतो, रॅम 4 GB पाहिजे, 8 GB पाहिजे. वाय? देयर शुड बी टर्न अराउंड टाइम शुड बी मिनिमम. मीन्स जे काही ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करणार आहे आपण, त्याच्यामधला जो टाइम आहे टास्क एक्झिक्युशन करण्याचा, तो काय पाहिजे, लेस. सो दॅट्स वाय वी यूज दी parallel computing. We use the so again say, if you want parallel computing, you have to enhance your hardware part. High performance. Yesterday we have seen high performance clustering. So I don't repeat same topic. Resource management. To perform the parallel computing, you have to manage your resources. Where you have to manage your resources means same resource can be used by the multiple system. At that time, you need parallel computing. For example, online exam system. Same online software can be used for engineering exam also. Same online software can be used for MBA exam also. Same software can be used for other courses also. So this is the resource management. It means server is same. So suppose TCS company is a sponsor of the online exam. So server is placed on TCS इंडस्ट्री. म्हणजे काय आहे, कोण एक्झाम कंडक्ट करत आहे, टीसीएस कडे मेन सर्व्हर आहे. पण त्यांनी अशी फॅसिलिटी दिली ऑनलाईन की आपण आपल्या कॉलेजला फक्त सॉफ्टवेअर इन्स्टॉल करणार, सर्व्हर त्यांचा वापरणार, आपण त्याच सॉफ्टवेअरने आपल्या कॉलेजची ऑनलाईन एक्झाम पण घेऊ शकतो, एसीची, टीईची, ऍज वेल ऍज आपल्याच कॉलेजचं, आपल्याच संस्थेचं एमबीए कॉलेज आहे कॅम्पसमध्ये, एमबीए कॉलेजची सुद्धा एक्झाम आपण सेम याच्याने घेऊ शकतो. इट मीन्स व्हॉट, and simultaneously there is no conflict. Simultaneously we have performed the same online exam for engineering student also and MBA student from the same computer system, just because of the parallel computing. So this is the resource management. Load balancing, yesterday we have completed. Dynamic library, very important uh, point for parallel computing. Dynamic library, in serial computation, static library are most of static library are used. Dynamic library means in your mobile you use, we are using the Android mobile. In Android mobile, dynamic library are used. जेव्हा कधी काहीतरी नवीन अपडेट आली, we simply click on the update button and update or upgrade button, automatically our our operating system or our software is updated with the new library. So or in our computer system, suppose we use the Ubuntu system. In Ubuntu system, if we have to install any software or update of any software, we just give the command, or if there is the GUI, we click on the update button and automatically our system is updated. Our system is updated, it means library are added in the existing API. Dynamic library, it is also called as the API, application programming interface. There are different add-ons available. Minimum network congestion and latency. अजून स्कोप काय पॅरलल कॉम्प्युटिंगचा, जिथं मिनिमम नेटवर्क कंजेशन रिक्वायर्ड आहे. आता डीटीची वेबसाईट, ऑनलाईन ऍडमिशन विल बी स्टार्टेड इन दी August or September month. At that time, network congestion problem can be occurred. So in such a case, parallel computing concepts are required. Latency means time required to execute the particular operation. तर जिथे नेटवर्क कंजेशन, मिनिमम नेटवर्क कंजेशन पाहिजे अशा ठिकाणी काय वापरतात, पॅरलल कॉम्प्युटिंग. सो दॅट्स वाय पॅरलल कॉम्प्युटिंग इज नॉट यूज फॉर general handling. So that's why parallel computing is used by the commercial use or scientific or defense area. Normally we don't use the parallel computing. Last part of today's session, that is the applications. Commercial computing, yesterday we have already seen the application: weather forecasting, remote sensor, image processing, process optimization, operational research in scientific or engineering area, molecular modeling, structure mechanics. Structure mechanics means in the mechanical field or industry, again it is used. Business applications, e-governance, medical imaging, and internet application, internet server, digital library. Digital library means same, we can directly enhance our API by using the different library which are available on the internet. Parallel programming platform. In the next week, we are going to see parallel programming platform. In today's session, we have seen parallel processing concept. In that, what is the definition of parallel processing, motivation of parallel processing, scope of parallel processing, and application.